Oh, Papa J learns Excel here. Okay, so in the previous video, we talked about D sum, D count, and D average, right? Okay, now I'm going to show you this function over here, which is called a subtotal. Okay, so how do we use subtotal over here? It's different. It's a little bit different from total, and subtotal includes other things as well, like for example, average, count. You can also use subtotal. So I shall rename this a little bit. This is sum, okay, and the subtotal over here is for average. This is average and count. Okay, sorry for the just use small is over here. Okay, so let's sum up the total. Just an example, sum up total. So let's say we sum up all the insured value over here. What do we get? We get 2.48 billion, right? Okay, so now we do a subtotal. So you just have subtotal. Okay, and then you select sum. Okay, select sum. And then you press that. It's number 9. Okay, so this is the first argument. You set the function number again. Okay, so you have different functions over here. You can calculate the average count, which we'll go through later. Okay, but now we want to calculate the sum. Okay, and the reference is just the column over here. And you press enter key. Okay, so now you can see the sum, the subtotal in terms of the sum is the same as the total, right? Okay, but what's the use over here? Okay, so let's see how we can use subtotal over here. So we shall filter out some values to see how we can use subtotal. So you type Ctrl+Shift+L for shortcut for the filter. Okay, so for example, you want to filter out the East region. Okay, deselect all and select East region. Okay, now you can see the subtotal. This is the subtotal, 1.8 billion. Okay, so whatever you select over here, okay, whatever you filter over here, the function or the subtotal function will help you to sum up instead of the total. The total is still the same. Okay, so how can we tell that it's the right answer? You just go to the first cell over here and you type Ctrl+Shift+Down. Okay. And you see over here there's a you can see the sum over here 1.826 billion, right? Yeah, so it's correct. Okay, so this is how you use subtotal. So for example, you select another region. Okay, so let's say we narrow down the region. Narrow down the state to just NY. Okay, the subtotal will change. Okay, so you can see the subtotal over here is the same as here. Okay, it's the same as B sum that we did earlier on, right? Okay, so now let's clear all. How you clear all? You just type alternate AC. Okay, you can go back to the original table. Okay, now what about the average? Okay, we can do the same for average as well. Average, and that equals to average. Okay, average everything over here, you get the average, which is 4.964 million. Okay, so how do we calculate the subtotal? It's the same, that equals to subtotal and average, right? Average, so you just type 1, and this is the column that you want. So the average is the same. Okay, but let's say you filter according to the East region, deselect all and select East region. Now the average, the original average is still the same, 4.96 million, but the for East region is higher. So you can see that East region's average is higher than the average. Okay, so let's check out the other average. So let's select Central. Central's average is much lower. As you can see, the insured value for Central is much lower. So probably buy less coverage for Central region and provide more coverage for the East region. So for curiosity, let's take a look at the Midwest. So the Midwest is roughly the same as average. and also the northeast, also the roughly the same. So you can see that the central, right, central's average is much lower than the total average. Okay, now let's go back to calculate count. So let's calculate the count over here. Okay, count. Okay, so let's count the number of cells. So over here, how many entries do we have? We have 500. Okay, so now we calculate the subtotal of count. Count is number 2, right? And we select full column over here. We also have 500. Okay, so let's now filter according to central. Oh, central only has 21, right? So you can see that in terms of central, right, the subtotal is just a small proportion, right? Okay, let's take a percentage over here, which is just 2%. Okay, 0%, which is very, very little. And the average is less than much lesser than the total average, and the count is only 21. So it's quite insignificant, okay, to consider central. Right, okay, so this is how we calculate. So let's take a look at East region. Sorry. East region. East region, the subtotal is about 74%, right? Okay, and the average is much higher. That means people purchase a higher sum assured, and the count is also much more. So out of all the regions, the East region accounts for the most policies over here. Okay, so this is how you use subtotal. Okay, that's it for subtotal. This is Papa G Learns Excel here. See you in the next video. Bye.